Hey guys, Moose here. We are back with Karen
Hi.
and Eric
Hello.
for some more Minecraft. And we are continuing the topic we discussed in the last episode, even though Eric wasn't here for that one. What is your ideal game? Or not ideal, sorry, that was an old one. What is the best game you've ever played in your opinion? And while we were discussing that, I am going to be messing around in the nether. What about you guys?
Finishing up this greenhouse.
I'll get some gear together and I'll come down there. I was gonna at least dig the depth of that basement right quick, but I think I'll join you
All right.
and hopefully not stammer too much over this.
It's a very, very boring project in the nether, probably, but just the same. I haven't been down here in a while. I want to check things out again. I don't know if I've been up there before. But I believe it is your turn, Eric, for the to figure out what your ideal game is.
You mean my favorite game?
Yeah, sorry, your favorite game that you played. Yeah, get those mixed up repeatedly.
I got you. Well, the first one that probably comes to mind is Ninja Gaiden 3 for the Ancient Ship of Doom for the Nintendo Entertainment System, like 1994, I think. It was a pretty late game, really late in its life cycle. Actually, let me check.
I don't think I ever played that. What's it like? Yeah, you're probably looking it up.
No, I got you. It's an interesting well, like it's probably
Platformer, right?
Yeah, it takes everything that the original Ninja Gaiden was famous for, the difficulty, the fast-paced action, because all you're ever armed with is your sword and your side ability, and the controls are very reminiscent of Castlevania. It's very simple. A to jump, B to slash, and then up B to do your side attack. However, the third one adds some extra power-ups and some extra pickups along the way that help increase things. But ultimately, I would say that one over the first one just because it builds off of everything and it just makes it way more difficult. Every minute of that game, you need to have down to the ability of being able to play it like an actual ninja. And then you get rewarded for the cutscenes, which in the third game are kind of played out, to be honest. The story's kind of weird, but the gameplay, no one I think really cared about the actual story of Ninja Gaiden. They were just more floored by the effects.
Yeah.
So, with like that crazy, insane difficulty, the one thing that they added that I don't think they should have, and I think if you can play it without it somehow, that's the ideal way to play it. You don't get unlimited continues. In the first two games, you get unlimited continues. And so if you die a certain amount of times, you can still be on like the 6th or 7th level if you died further on. Even, or 6th or 7th, 5th or 6th. But in this one, if you die too many times, you're kind of shit out of luck. Got to start from 1-1 all over again. And
oh, jeez.
Learn to memorize those first couple levels pretty quick.
That sounds pretty brutal. But we're definitely talking Metroidvania here, right? Based on everything you said.
Not Metroidvania. That didn't exist until well, I guess Metroid existed, but it's definitely more like the original Castlevania. And as far as like, I'm trying to think of like another good example of like a perfect difficult 2D platformer, but it's basically.
But you're talking platformer with power-ups and stuff. Is that not kind of what we're talking about when you say Metroidvania?
No, Metroidvania definitely implies that you're in one big, open, sprawling area that you can explore, that certain abilities that you get pick up and bring you somewhere else. Which side of this are you building on?
The one that's on fire. You'll see. Just I'm getting a bow and arrow to deal with it. Just be afraid right now. So you're that definitely from a level design perspective, yeah. But I never thought of it that way. I was always thinking of it basically any like 2D platformer that that took a long time to eat. Any 2D platformer that has those kind of elements with power-ups, not necessarily opening up new areas, but changing gameplay kind of. I guess I always thought of that as being Metroidvania-esque at the very least.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. But basically, like, you take that and strip that down. It's much more in the realm of like Mario.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Don't tell me I pissed off the pigs somehow.
You may have, but I don't think so. Are they trying to kill you?
It seems that way.
Oh, have fun with that. I mean,
I was.
I got them
No,
hit by the ghast, but that was it.
Yeah, I did too. There was a gas that I was kind of returning to sender, and then they got pissed.
Yeah, well, they're definitely not in this area anymore.
Let me see if this one's actually going to hurt me. He definitely seems like he's running towards me. Yep. Anywho, so there's that, which is a crazy difficult game and a lot of fun. I'm sorry, Karen, what was that?
Oh no, I was gonna ask what happened. Like, why are they mad right now?
You
I
may
think
have,
I hit him with a
yeah,
gas bomb.
Oh,
you're kind of boned. Was there a way
Oh.
to reverse that?
I mean, I walked out, and this zombie pigman that came with me, it doesn't seem so angry anymore.
Okay, cool. Maybe they're
But,
not after you. That'd be
yeah.
nice.
So, okay. So, you have Ninja Gaiden 3, which is really difficult and an amazing platformer. Definitely play at least the first one if you ever get a chance. I mean, you can pretty much play it in browser at this point.
Yeah, that's true for a lot
But
of them.
then a good evolution of what that game did, and but from the actual people who made Castlevania, Konami, Castlevania Rondo of Blood for the I guess over here it would be the TurboGrafx 16 CD expansion. So yeah, no one over here played it, especially because it wasn't actually released until either the PSP release or the Wii. I think the Wii Virtual Console came first.
I'm sure
and then the
someone played it.
PSP. Yeah, but it's a lot of people have played it at this point. But it is the prequel to Symphony of the Night, and kind of shows where the development team was during that time, where they started experimenting with branching paths a bit more, which they did in Castlevania 3 for the NES. But Castlevania Rondo of Blood adds a lot of like, just first of all, the CD quality means you get amazing sprites and an amazing soundtrack. Ninja Gaiden soundtrack is really cool, but it's only as cool as an NES soundtrack can really be when it's not being composed by someone who is more or less legendary. But definitely check out like the Ninja Gaiden. I think it's 3-2 original song. It's freaking kick-ass. A lot of good covers of it. But Castlevania Rondo of Blood, very similar in Ninja Gaiden 3 in the fact that it's a sequel. You still use your basic abilities from that game, so you have your whip and your... Oh, shit.
Yeah, I fucked up big time. That's actually going to kind of fuck us over, too.
oh
well.
no.
Did any of the...
No, it's all gone. It's all gone, and it was a lot of stone, so that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I can work on mining some of that out. I was thinking about building something anyways.
Same here. But so anyway, sorry to interrupt that. You were talking about the music.
Well, the music in Rondo of Blood is kind of the last time you hear music like that in Castlevania, because it's still got this really cool upbeat sound. Oh wait, crap! I was gonna go grab ladder pieces. A really great upbeat sound, but then some really like ambient and spooky things too, and so it keeps you going. It feels great, and each level is incredibly brutal with a lot of the difficulty in Rondo Blood comes from the fact that enemies have really complex patterns, or at least more complex than something in like Super Mario Brothers, right? Where it's just walk to the left, walk to the right, maybe shoot a hammer or something.
Yeah.
And but in this, like, it's like, oh, if the player is this far away, then do this attack instead. And this shines the most with the bosses. The bosses in Ninja Gaiden 3 actually are pretty, going back, are pretty forgettable, but I can remember a lot of the bosses in Rondo of Blood just being like, because there's branching paths to a degree. There's hidden paths. There's different bosses for the same level depending on which path you take. So you could be fighting a giant minotaur or a crazy sea dragon, or like, I'm pretty sure there's like, or wait, is that Castlevania 4? I think it might be Castlevania 4 with the dancing couple ghosts. But a lot of really great bosses, and one of the craziest Dracula fights in the series. It got ported. Rondo of Blood got technically ported to the Super Nintendo, but it was an inferior port with a lot of leveled redesigns to accommodate the smaller space. So
I have to ask, what the hell's a rondo?
It's a movement of music, usually very fast, I believe. Let me double check. Like a, not so much a march, but kind of, there's a word for it to describe it. But
No, I get what you're saying. It's cool. Shit, I should have brought a pickaxe.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
cool.
interrupt. But between those two, those are probably my biggest, the two biggest games that really got me like crazy, really loving video games more than I ever have. Like, it was a video gaming renaissance for me when I discovered those. And those games translate well. I've been recently playing Devil May Cry 3, which is probably also top 5 and very similar in both those regards.
I love that game.
Yeah, I absolutely love Devil May Cry 3. I can't even say DMC 3 anymore, damn it.
How do you feel? Okay, well, how do you feel about DMC? Did you play it? Well, first of all, did you play it?
I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
But as far as Dante's redesign, I don't give a shit. It's a character, like, whatever. I'm there for the game. I didn't care about the story. I didn't care about much like Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden. I don't care about the characters of the story. I'm here to kill things. So, and as cool as Dante is in 3 and smarmy and shit, I don't care that he's he's represented. He could be what's the chick's name from Lollipop Chainsaw?
Lollipop Chainsaw.
I am sadly
Juliet
aware of
Starling.
that game. I'm really disappointed that I know what that is.
I think like a lot of people kind of like mistake that game as, you know, like stupid, but it's mostly just like a satire of some sort.
It's pretty stupid. Let's not kid ourselves here.
No, I mean like it's not taking itself seriously though. Like that's the point of the game.
That doesn't really change much in my opinion.
Yeah, because like if you don't know Suda 51, then you know, like that's the kind of over the top shit that he makes.
I don't like that as a reason.
I mean, have you played it? I mean, I heard
no, but it's like I've watched, I've seen it's yes, the setting doesn't matter. You can have gameplay in any setting. It's kind of irrelevant. That's why everything being a World War II shooter is meaningless, because you could just make it a sci-fi shooter. It wouldn't have to really be any different. But it's kind of similar to how I feel about Kojima. It's like, it's too much. Like, come on. Rein it in a little. You're clearly off your meds. Just calm down.
But that's kind of my point, though. Is with Dante, I know a lot of people hated that shit.
I did.
And I mean, I'm not exactly thrilled, but it's not going to stop me from eventually playing that game. Especially when the late great Monty praised its animation over. Well, I wouldn't say over Metal Gear Rising, but. As far as like the weight of the animation in a spectacle spectacle fighter, he's kind of one of the people that helped me wake up to that fact of like, you know, you can have these moves that are super fast and flashy and it's awesome, but if you have like moves that also have a lot of weight and power to it and can balance that in a fighter, I feel like that's where it shines the most. Kind of like the difference between the sword and the pistols.
So do you want me to spoil DMC for you a little bit?
I mean, sure, go for it. Like I said, as long as you don't tell me how to beat the final boss.
I don't even remember. The final boss was not part of the game that was meaningful, in my opinion. I don't remember anything about it, to be honest. It's a Devil May Cry game. That's it.
Oh,
That's
shock.
it. That's all it is. No, but I mean, like the every single move they gave you, I'm like, hey, I know this. This was in DMC 3. Oh, hey, I know this. This was in DMC 1. Oh, hey, there's Stinger with a different name. Everything. Okay, well, this is just Devil May Cry. So for all the butthurt and all the whining, it's like, okay, well, it's just another Devil May Cry game. What's your problem, guys? Come on. Like, there's nothing weird or new about this. It's just Devil May Cry.
Yeah. But that being said, I haven't been able to play 4 either because I haven't gotten it on sale yet, and I never had an Xbox 360 when it was
I don't think you want to play Devil May Cry 4. I've got 3, 4, and DMC on Steam, and I played 3 on the PS2. I had the collector's edition or whatever, the special one, the one that had Virgil's shit, which kind of didn't really add anything, but. I will say DM3 is a really good game, but I guess getting back to the topic, I'm slightly surprised that you have that as one of your tops all time. Not that it's bad, it's just, yeah.
I'm seeing a pattern of what our likes in terms of games.
Yeah,
but were you from Castlevania and DMs? Oh, okay. Yeah, a little bit.
And this is actually something I've been wanting to actually put into words for a while. But I feel like Devil May Cry is the perfect blend of, like, if a Ninja Gaiden wasn't amazing, the 3D games, which I hear, I've played the second game and I've played part of the third. The third one sucks-ish. The second one's pretty amazing, and the first one, the little bit I've played, has been pretty good too. But all the Castlevania 3D games have been pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry, especially Devil May Cry 3, feels like what Castlevania could have been if you gave it that color and that theming, and then gave it Ninja Gaiden's responsiveness.
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't they kind of different?
Not the NES games, apart from the fundamental fact that Simon Belmont moves slow and Ryu Hayabusa moves fast. The level design reflects those choices, but the gameplay and the difficulty, if you play them back to back, you'll immediately see the resemblance. And when you put the two together, I feel like Devil May Cry is one of the most perfect blends. Funny that it kind of came out of Capcom, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of get what you're saying, but it's hard for me to internalize that too much. It's very strange. I've never considered comparing DMC to a platformer, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't, like, okay, so Ninja Gaiden evolved to not be a platformer, and Castlevania, I think, I would say most didn't either.
Really?
Like the 3D,
oh, okay.
Like even, Legend or Lords of Shadow is more like I don't know. I wouldn't call that a platformer as much as I'd call, like, friggin' Uncharted a platformer.
Were you really into Twilight?
I'm sorry, what?
You heard the question. I just fell in the lava again.
Context.
No, I'm just giving you shit. No, that was a bad joke.
Like
I was
Twilight
gonna say.
Ninjas, vampires, demons.
Oh no!
Everything you like. That was the pattern that I saw.
Oh, cause like
I don't know what Karen was talking about, but that's what I saw.
Because when I said that, like, I see like the similarities between like the games that are likes is the whole, like customizability of like the weapons and stuff.
Yeah, that's part of it. Unfortunately, though, one of the best game, like, I would probably be able to put this just from what I've seen. I could probably say this would be in my top 5, but I haven't been able to play it yet, and that's Bayonetta. I've been so excited to play Bayonetta. But unfortunately, I have a PS3, which means if I want to play Bayonetta, I have to play it at like 26 frames per second.
As opposed to what? The Wii version?
60 frames per second on Wii U, Xbox, and Xbox One.
Wow. I thought Sony's whole selling thing was that they were the most powerful.
Well, 'cause
They
the game
ported-
was made from there, right?
I don't think so. No, I think it
Oh.
was Xbox 360 first. I could be wrong, but I remember the PS3 port being they outsourced that from what I remember. So they didn't actually port it. They gave it to someone else.
Because that never backfires, right? I gotta ask,
No, of course.
did you ever play, was it Mega Man Zero game on the GBA? It's like a side scroll, mainly like with a sword, I think, starting out. I forget what it was called. I have it. I go dig through my drawers and find it. But
well, I mean, there was Mega Man and Base, but I think you're talking about the other one.
yeah, I'm talking about the other one. It was Zero, right? In the it was in the future, right? Not the normal time Mega Man.
Yeah.
What was it?
Okay.
X and Zero.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
one where
No, I
Meg-
didn't actually get to play those.
You should emulate that tonight.
I definitely will look into it. Back when I played Game Boy Advance a lot, I pretty much exclusively played Sonic.
That's disappointing. You should definitely check him out. That game. It sounds exactly like the kind of shit you love.
I mean, I love Mega Man X. I haven't been able to play many of the other ones, but I've beaten the first one twice, and the classic Mega Man games are pretty awesome. So I've always been interested to see what they did later on.
Most of them are horrible, but that one was good. .NET was pretty good too. The weirdo, the really bizarre one that's like Mega Man's an avatar in a VR world or some shit. I don't even know.
Right.
It was an interesting game though.
Yeah, I'll. Oh, sorry, Karen. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm kind of ashamed to admit that the Mega Man game that I like was the one that a lot of people bash. I think it's Legend.
No,
Oh.
people don't batch Legends. People love Legends. They're just pissed off they don't have more of it.
Well, Mega Man fans love Legends. I feel like Legends actually does get some flack in the gaming community when they're trying to be like someone's trying to just find something wrong with Mega Man, they'll poke at Legends because
Why? But
it's not what I'm used to.
But there's so many like incredibly easy ways to say, hey, Mega Man shit these days. You don't need to go to Legends for that.
Yeah, now Legends, I remember playing either Legends or Mega Man 64 and really enjoying it, but still being really confused. Unfortunately, my expertise on Mega Man should not be trusted because the first one that I played and still really like just because it's ridiculous is 8, which that was what I thought you were going to say, Karen. Mega Man 8 for PlayStation has gotten a lot of flack as well.
Wait, like I don't know if I got it right. Like, is Legends the one that's not platform Mega Man?
Yeah, it's like
Legend
an RPG.
is Super Mario 64.
Okay,
With-
so
with
I
Mega
got it
Man.
right because I thought like that one was bashed a lot for being different, but I suppose I was wrong.
No,
I don't think it is. I
Oh, yeah.
literally never met anyone who didn't think that was one of the best Mega Man games that they needed to make more of.
Okay, because like that's the one that I enjoyed the most. Like I didn't really enjoy the real Mega Man games before. So
I think if you didn't like Mega Man and you didn't play like X or anything like that, anyone who wasn't a big fan of the like Mega Man games in general but want to get into it, 8 is actually a great jumping off point because not only is it technically a low point in the series, but it is also piss easy. So you get all the fun of Mega Man without the challenge, and then you can go from 8, and then you can go play Mega Man like 4 or 3 on NES and realize what the hell went wrong. No,
Yeah,
I still
lots,
like it.
Lots went wrong. Lots and lots went wrong. But we're going a little over here, so oh shit, I'm in lava. And there goes all my shit.
Again.
All right, well, that's a lovely time to stop the episode. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you join us for the next one as well. And you notice my name is different because Russian people are assholes, apparently.
Oh, you
Alright.
should probably explain that.
Yeah, my account got hijacked, and some piece of shit with a .ru email address was the one who took it. So I'm looking into that and emailing Mojang to tell them to fix my shit because they got phished or whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry about the minor bit of, I guess, racism against Russian people. Hopefully you're not Russian. Please don't hate me. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.